Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy, and today I'm going to talk about this application that I'm developing. It's called PixelPilot. It's a web-based application. I'm building it to sort of answer some problems that I've been having when generating and iterating on images with other AI tools. They take you out of the workflow, out of your creative zone. So that's what I'm building this application for, to keep your focus on the image that you're working on while having a workflow that's distraction-free and allows you to keep working. There's nothing to slow you down. I'm going to show you the mock-up that I've created. I created the mock-up in Visly. I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to check that out. Basically, this is kind of what you see now is what I'm aiming for. I am probably about halfway there right now. And I'm fixing to launch the MVP for PixelPilot. If you're interested or you want to help me beta test, you can go to getpixelpilot.com. I'm going to explain what you're seeing here. Usually as you're working, you will see the image full screen, no matter what image or navigation or navigating to whatever image you want. It's going to come up full screen, and you use shortcuts to control the application. So it's a keyboard-driven application meant for the desktop. With the image being full screen, you can actually navigate your image history or whatever images you have loaded with the arrow keys, the left and right arrow keys, without anything else open on the screen. It allows you to easily navigate the image. I'm particularly working on the timeline or the image history below, so that's why we're focused on that. You have toggle icons to quickly toggle between different panels of the application. Of course, you'll be able to use keyboard shortcuts and disable that view if you want. Here, I would imagine that the user has toggled the image history so they can view the images they have generated. At the top left, we have metadata for the image currently loaded in the canvas. We can see the resolution, the aspect ratio, its current zoom mode, which is fit width. It'll automatically fit the width to the screen. We can see that it's currently zoomed in at 103%. Below that, we have your session information. First is your balance. There is no subscriptions or credits to deal with. You can see how much the total session is costing you, how long you've been working in that session, which is 32 minutes, and how many images you've generated so far, which is 15. Now, this isn't accurate. This is just numbers I threw up there, so don't be calculating what all that is supposed to be or it comes out to. It's going to be something different. All right, so we've got those two out of the way. Let's go straight down below to the timeline. One thing I hate about timelines and galleries and other applications is that they're all the same size, and you can't tell the aspect ratio of any of your images. So that's the first thing I want to eliminate. You can see the full thumbnail of your images. Of course, that presents another problem because applications normally have their little action icons within the thumbnails. So you can imagine I can't fit a bunch of icons inside an aspect ratio that's 9:16. So the solution I came up with is to have the buttons appear above the image. The current selected image is marked with a blue highlight and a tag that says current, that's loaded into the canvas. Left and right will navigate the timeline and automatically load the next image into your canvas at full screen. Where you see this white highlight, you can imagine that's where the user has their mouse. Highlight with a different highlight than the currently selected image, and then the icons will pop up above it. The icons we see here, you can imagine that their mouse is hovering over the first button where we see the tooltip. That's going to copy the image to the clipboard. This one's going to copy the last prompt used to generate the image to the clipboard. This one is going to copy the description of the image to the clipboard. These are all things that I've needed either one time or another, so they're tools that are kind of nice to have. Then we have, you can download the image, share the image, delete the image. The first one is a quick group assignment. If I want to quickly group certain images together, you can think of them as a folder. All I have to do is hit one of the number keys 1 through 9. It's automatically going to group them into that number. So I can have this image and this image in the same group, group 2, by navigating to them and then pressing 2, or I can just click the icon and select the number group that I want to assign them to. That's going to make it easier to compare and export images later on. Next is the pinning icon. Pinning allows you to pin images and quickly compare them against each other. So right now, the MVP that I have allows you to compare 6 images at once, navigate to the image that you want with the left and right arrow key, and then press the up arrow key to pin it on the screen, and the screen will automatically split into a grid. You can also unpin an image by hitting the down arrow key. Next, we have our favorite icon, which can be used with a keyboard shortcut, or we can just click it, and that will mark our favorites. Okay, so the design, I want it to be very visual, so you can see the current selected image as well as where the mouse is. Shows the thumbnail images at 100% visibility. Everything else is kind of semi-transparent. These 2 images here, this is going to be part of a queuing system that I'm building. And it's actually what I'm working on right now with the MVP that I'll be releasing. Basically, you can continue to work, generate and iterate on images, and go to other images to continue your work. More than likely, the person had iterated on an image. That image turns black and white to show it's being iterated on. It shows how many more seconds until that image is finished generating. We can also see a percentage for the progress bar. And we also get status messages to show which status of the image processing that it's currently doing. So here it's finalizing the image, which means it's almost done. Now, when it's blank, that means it's generating a brand new image that's not based on another image. Here we see that it's going to be complete in about 12 seconds. We see that it's going to be a 16:9 aspect ratio. And then we can see the progress bar. Once those come through, then those images will appear. You'll also get a notification, which I'm thinking of just putting it at the top left, that it will show that the image is ready. You can just click it and instantly navigate to it. That is what my current aim is for the application. The development is going pretty well. It would be great if I could get some beta testers, and so I encourage you, if it sounds interesting, go to the website, getpixelpilot.com, and sign up for the waiting list and indicate whether you want to become a beta tester. Thank you for watching.